Hey Boogie people, Riley the Rat here, and today is episode 4 of the Daily Grind. So, as you can see here, I am playing a Malamar, Necrozma, Deoxys, Marshadow deck. It's kind of more popularly known as Gas Can at the moment. It's the deck that Rukan Shao piloted to second place at the recent Philly Regional Championship. Like usual, not going to go over it in too much detail, just going to have it here on the screen. If you want, you can check it out, pause the video, and I'll also try to remember to put the link to the deck list in the description, so check down there if you're interested as well. Alright, let's check into some games. Looks like we're playing something with Fire and Psychic and Normal. I imagine something with Macargo. This might be some kind of shrine shenanigans. Let's see what we get here. Don't want to play down the Necrozma just yet because I did see Psychic in their typings, and that seems like a little bit of a vulnerable play. Let's hold off and see what they've got. Alright, so let's play down the Acrobike. Looks like we're deciding between Malamar and Lily. We do have a Lily in our hands, and I think Lily is mostly good for the beginning of the game. Although it does seem to have some late game playability in this deck, so I can't say too much about that. I think I'm going to play down the Necrozma after all. Looks like we're playing against some kind of Savali deck, tossing the escape board onto Deoxys just in case we need to throw a free retreater somewhere. Playing the Psychic Energy onto the active Inkay. That way we can get at least maybe one energy into the discard pile here. And let's just go ahead and do a big draw with Lily. Nice, we did hit a couple more Inkays, that's really good. Let's go ahead and hit a Acrobike, see if we can get something. I think next turn I'm actually fine with the Lily. So let's see if, let's grab the Guzma just in case we end up needing that. For now, I'm just going to pay the retreat cost to get some energy into the discard, put up the Deoxys that now basically has free retreat, and click done. Call it good. I've been seeing a lot of people kind of returning to this Savali archetype for decks. I think a lot of people just really want Savali to work. Not too sure yet if I think it's viable in post, or at least more viable than it was in pre, but we'll see. Okay, next ball we might see a little bit more of what we're dealing with here. Oh, Savali Ho-Oh, interesting. So it kind of does make sense, I guess. The Savali is there so you can retreat out of the Ho-Ohs to continuously do like Phoenix Burn. That seems pretty smart. We do see a couple of Salazzles in the discard pile. One GX and then one regular. Looks like the Hunter's Nails that does more damage based on conditions. I don't know if they're going for that or the Panic Poison. I think both of them are decent attacks. This makes me wonder if they're going for kind of like a conditions build or what the deal is. Okay, they did get that turn 1 Kiawe. I'm empty-handed, unfortunately, so that kind of stinks for them, but hey. Oh, Instruct, obviously. That makes sense. Okay, so they're playing a DCE down onto the Lele, and now they're activating their Kiawe. Yep, obviously all 4 going onto that Ho-Oh. Know this deck pretty well. Let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and evolve some of our Inkeys. I don't mind getting this other Necrozma into the discard pile because that helps us out with Marshadow if we have to make that play. Marshadow will be able to one-shot any Civ ally, so that seems good. Gives Marshadow an attack from the discard to copy. I think I will go ahead and toss this other Ultra Ball, which seems a little icky, but we've got plenty of supporters and stuff in our hands, so I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and evolve our second Malamar. Still only have one Psychic Energy in the discard, which is kind of frustrating. I guess let's go ahead and play Lily, see if we can draw into something else. This will make 2 in the discard, which is better. And then we can maybe Mysterious Treasure for a Marshadow or something. Yeah, let's see what we get with that. Although, I don't know, that's going to help our opponent more than anything. But our opponent does have the Oranguru, so being down to a low hand size isn't too devastating. Looks like we did not get the Marshadow in our deck this game, though. It looks like it must have gotten into the prizes, so that's a little bit disappointing. Let's grab, why don't we grab a Mimikyu? That seems fine. It's something that we can go ahead and get loaded up, no problem. It's got a 2 energy attack. And it's pretty solid against Ho-Oh because you can just do the Phoenix Burn. I think at this point I am just going to leave the Deoxys up there actually. The Psychic hits for a decent amount, but I just don't have it powered up yet. So I think for now we're going to call it good. Although they might Guzma up the Mimikyu, which would be unfortunate. Although they might just go for the Necrozma just to get the prizes, which I would be fine with because then, like I said, we can bring up the Mimikyu, swing back for 180, and kind of keep pace a little bit there. Yep, I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and end turn. I apologize for the eating on camera. I have not really had much to eat today, and we just got back. It's nighttime and dinner time and all that jazz, so. Playing down an Acrobike. Let's see what they toss. They tossed a Choice Band, which is smart because in this matchup I don't think they really need it that much. Phoenix Burn kind of gets the clean knockout on pretty much anything. I'm wondering if we're going to see Wishful Baton hit the field here with Ho-Oh. I really am a fan of Wishful Baton Ho-Oh. It's kind of frustrating because you can't really hit some of the numbers that you normally can. But is what it is. Okay, so they did not take action with Ho-Oh. Interesting. So let me go ahead and Acrobike, see what we can get. I'm gonna grab the. I'm actually gonna grab the Psychic Energy, play that for turn, and then we can attach the 2 from discard, and then we can Guzma up the Ho-Oh and get ourselves a nice little knockout there. That seems pretty good. Really shut down their progress, and they won't be able to respond with like Lele or anything because Prismatic Burst does discard the energy from Necrozma. Okay, pull it up, bring up Necrozma, hit for that perfect 190 math. Gosh, I like that. Take ourselves a couple prizes, and they've lost a lot of progress. See, that's really why I like the Wishful Baton over the Choice Band. The Choice Band does help you hit math with like against like Zoroark or Ultra, stuff like that, or Ho-Oh. But I don't know. Because at this point, if they want to be able to respond, they're going to have to spend a turn on a Kiawe, like get out another Ho or something. I mean, they could get a Salazzle out, but that's just giving me something else to knock out. So. Could respond with the Rebel GX, that seems good. Although I don't think they're going to have the means to be able to do that. Come on, Queen's Haze. Of course. Alright, let's see here. Kinda wish we had the Dawn Wings out here so we could make something happen. Let's go ahead and attach the escape board to Necrozma, I think. I don't know, this is tricky. Because I'm thinking we can attach to Necrozma, attach the skateboard so it can retreat for free. And then I guess Malamar 3 times onto the Deoxys and get us some nice damage in there. That seems fine. Let's see, we do have 3 in the discard. Yep. Okay, so that's good. I could also bring up the Mimikyu. That seems kind of fun. That seems like a spicy play. I don't know which I prefer. Let's do the Deoxys. It's a little bit harder to knock out. They're only doing 110 with Heat Blast right now, so they won't be able to use their Choice Band to make that more painful against our 120 HP Deoxys. They won't be able to get the knockout there. If they can get their Savali online, they can take a knockout with, what's it called? The Turbo Drive, but that seems doubtful based on their board state right now. So let's go ahead and detach an energy, go ahead and retreat, bring up Deoxys, and I think I'm actually going to play a Cynthia here just to refresh our hand. Seems fine. Drop something. Doesn't seem super necessary, but I kind of like it. I could play the Acrobat, but I don't think there's anything specifically that I'm super duper looking for, so just go ahead and Power Blast for a nice spicy little 120. And then we've got energy on it for a retreat next turn if we have to. Although I really like the idea of prismatic bursting down that that Savali if possible. Looks like we might see a Lele play here. Although right now they're swinging for 100 against Deoxys. I don't know. I think they're going for the Necrozma. They didn't need to play that other energy onto it though, for that math to work. So I'm a little bit confused by that. I'm fine though, this actually makes it easier to get the knockout onto Savali. We don't need to play 4 energy onto Necrozma, we just need to play 3. Well, it's not Necrozma, now it's Marshadow, but it's basically Necrozma because it's doing Prismatic Burst. And we've already got the retreat energy onto Deoxys, so that seems fine. Alright, Marshadow. Psychic Recharge. Looks like we're going to have to play one from hand. An energy from hand, which is, again, totally fine. I'm not bothered by that. Kind of curious with the Acrobike. Let's just see what we get. I think, well, Friend Ball kind of outplays Mysterious Treasure here because they do have a Psychic Pokemon out, which means we won't have to discard. But I don't think there's not really anything that we need to get into play right now. I was really hoping to be able to Guzma up that Savali, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. Yeah, I think what we do is we go ahead and just Prismatic Burst to take out the knockout, take the knockout on Lele, and then they won't be able to knock out Marshadow. They're only doing 140 with Salazzle, so I think we're okay. Opponent's giving us the well played. They might be about to scoop it up. Let's see. I mean, it makes me wonder, do they have like some way to win or something? I'm interested. Gonna go ahead and play the DCE down on Savali. Don't really know what he's going for there. I can't think of a way to get an energy onto another energy on the Savali, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much game, I think. Let's go ahead and attach onto... Well, no, because we don't really have a switch option here, so that's kind of frustrating. Let's go ahead and load up on Deoxys and just take another hit with that. Seems... Oh, shoot, no, I should have attached manually to Marshadow. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Ugh. Dummy. I think I just passed here, because I completely misplayed. What am I doing? Should have played the energy manually onto the Marshadow so I can pay the retreat cost, retreat into Deoxys, which I can then Power Blast onto the Savali. That was a super big misplay on my part. Oh, that's frustrating. Because you cannot, if you're familiar with Malamar at all, you cannot Psychic Recharge onto your active, which is kind of unfortunate. It makes sense though, otherwise it would be just overpowered. These Necrozma decks would just destroy everything. Okay. So fortunately the misplay didn't really impact us. I have the win in hand. We're really on board at this point. We can do the single energy retreat with Deoxys, bring up the Marshadow, and just Prismatic Burst for the win. Because we do hit for weakness there. 380 damage, love to see that. So yep. I am a big fan of Ho-Oh decks, as people who follow my Twitter know, but I think there are some inherent weaknesses. If you can target down that Ho that gets Kiawa'd on turn 1, there's just really not a great way for them to respond, especially if they don't have Wishful Baton. So it's a little bit unfortunate to see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thinking about playing this deck in a league challenge tomorrow, give me a shout out in the comments on which of the decks that I profiled so far that you think is the most viable for current meta. Really just not sure what to play right now. Everything's kind of a toss-up with the current meta. I don't really, like I said, I don't know what the best deck and format is right now. I don't think there is one. It's kind of rock, paper, scissors, which is interesting. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Boop!